welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do my Shop My Stash. I'm a little bit late doing this, but I definitely want that refresh. I'm in the mood to pick out some new items. So this is kind of my everyday makeup drawer, but it's just too small. I have all my project pan items over here, so you can see I'm like spilling out over the edges. Everything over here is what I pulled last month with my Shop My Stash. So I have the Peachy from Chic Glam. Did go into this a couple of times. Kind of feel like panning this, to be fair. I don't know, it might be something that I roll into project pan at some point, but I did go into a few times. I went into this one a few times too, but mostly for the blusher shade, not really for the highlighter. This is the Ofra Snuggle Up blush and highlighter duo. It's a pretty shade. It's getting a little bit of a hard pan, but I have enjoyed it. I did go into this a couple times too. This is the Sika Clearing BB Cream from Perito. It's really nice actually. It's a really good shade for me at this point, but I do want to pull something else. Got my Nabla pressed powder here. Love this. It's the Close Up, and I went into this a few times. I still absolutely love it. Went into my Cover Perfection from the same, so just a potted concealer. I did go into that a few times as well. What have we got? Okay, so this one I'm going to declutter. I'm gonna put this in my empties. I'm gonna talk about it when I do my beauty bank. It's the Technique Illuminating Primer. It just looked awful. I think the formula has split, and it looks like, you know, I look like a Tin Man when I put it on. So I only used it the one time, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. So this one is going. However, I love this. This is the Nabla concealer. It's the Close Up Stay Full Smooth Concealer. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, then we've got this. This is the Unexpected Paradise Highlighter Light of Venus. I went to a few times, but honestly, I did struggle this last couple of weeks just wearing makeup because I did get ill, so I didn't go into this too much, to be fair. However, I have enjoyed my MAC blush topper. This one is the Fairly Precious Extra Dimension Blush, and I really do love this. It's just gorgeous. Went into this a ton, my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. Pretty much use this almost every single time I did my makeup, and you can see I've been scraping around. So yeah, I might have to buy another one of these sooner than later. I know I have the Primark dupe, which actually is pretty good, but this one's a little bit older. That's why I pulled it from my Shop My Stash, and it's been really good because my skin has been a little bit dry. All right, next up I've got my Kinder Beauty bronzer. You can see this is starting to break quite a bit. I already had a pan, but then it broke after using it a little bit, and I actually haven't gone into it since then, so I need to repress this if I'm going to keep it. Otherwise it's just going to keep breaking and be unusable. So that's more of a project for me at the moment. Next up I've got this one. This is from the same, and it is, I wonder what color this is. This is Samuel Singer Blusher. Maybe that's the shade name. I'm not entirely sure, but you can see it's bright orange. It is beautiful. I've used it a few times. It's a little bit scary if you don't use it properly. But the times that I did use it the right way, it was very pretty. Okay, and then we have just a few more things in here. I've got two of the, what are these called? I always forget. The Jelly Matte Shadows from Colourpop. This is from the Hocus Pocus 2 collection. I got Shishka Baby and Come to Play. I actually did go into each of these, so that was fun. I went into this just last week, and then this one I went into when I actually did the Shop My Stash look, I think, or maybe it was another time, but I definitely went into both of these. This one, however, I think I went into it once. This is the Gloss Gods Water Activated Liner. Out of the ones that I have, this is the one that really is the one that's kind of leaking and changing a little bit, so I don't really know if I want to keep this, but I'll keep it for now. It just might not last during a declutter. I did pull this several months ago as well for my Shop My Stash. I just never put it back in, but I'm going to be keeping it out. It's the Max Fix It matte, and it's been working fine, and I generally just want to keep it out and just kind of keep working through it. I've used probably, what, a third of it at this point, so we've got like 2/3 of it left, so we'll just keep it out. Alright, then I have my little basket of lip products. So I pull these when I use them throughout the month. So first one here I have is the Monica from Friends Makeup Revolution lipstick. I just love this shade. It's like a brick sort of nudie pinky shade. It really is pretty. I really do like it. It's a little dry, but it's fine. I also have my shade T from Beauty Bay. This one looks a mess, but it's just because I love it so much. It's also a little bit melted, but I went into this more than once. I definitely do like this. I've always liked that shade. This is a new item actually. I forgot to talk about it in my beauty bank. Oh no, it wasn't my beauty bank. I forgot to talk about it in a recent video, but I did grab this. It's one of these Superstay matte inks from Maybelline, which I've had before, but this shade was so fun, so I had to use it. And actually I might pull it again for this video, but for now we'll take it out. Okay, this is a newer item from me. This is the Revolution Pro Vegan Collagen Peptide High Shine Lip Gloss. Really long name. I wish it kind of came out this color, but it comes out a little bit sheer for my liking. It's still beautiful gloss, but I was just hoping it'd have a little bit more of this peachiness to it. This is actually in my project pan, but I used it quite a bit as it's here. This is the Butter Gloss from NYX, so that one I've been using. I also went into this one. This is Colourpop Caramello. No, this is Dreamsicle. And this is kind of like a mauvey pink, and I went into this at least once. Then we've got this one. This is Miss Piggy from Seattle, London. A bright pink, really fun. So yeah, I went into that one. Then we've got this one. This is the Muri Muri Butter from Physicians Formula. It's the shade Samba Red. And I went into this once. Always a fun shade for me to go into. Then I have these two from WhatsUp Beauty. I actually received 3, but I only put 2 on my lips. I've got the Eye of Ra, which looks like this. These are so pretty. I did do a video. I tried to show like a close-up, but it just did not want to focus, so whatever. Anyway, they're very beautiful. I love the packaging. And then this one is Ink. It's more of a reddish nudie brown. Gorgeous, like a brick red. Stunning lipsticks, very creamy. Went into this. This is the NYX Line Loud, and this is in Stay Stunting. Just another red that I pair with some of these red. And then I have another lip liner here. This is my Rimmel London in the shade, I think it's called Nude. I've got this one here from Model Co. Tiny little lip bullet here in the shade Kitty. Went into that. I also went into this one from Urban Decay, which is the Gubby shade. Very light shade for those days when I don't really want too much pigment. However, I went into the Smoothie Stick from the Beauty Crop, and this is Saucy Marcella, and I love this brown, so this is a lot of fun. And kind of vampy, but I think it works also for summertime. Also went into this one. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Antwerp. So that was fun. I've got a few more. I went into a lot of lip products this month. I've got the Becca here. This is the shade Poppy. So this is this bright orange. Oh, I'm so glad I went into this. I think I won't go into this again because it's just so much fun, this type of shade. I also went into this. I think I went into this a couple times. This is the Kimchi High Key Gloss in the shade Peach Pink. It is such a beautiful peachy pink, quite neutral too. I really love that. And then I've got a few more. Oh my gosh, there's so many in here. Okay, and then I have this one. This is the Jolly Rouge in the shade Papaya. It's from Clarins. Another bright orange lipstick. So yeah, you can see I've got all my summer shades in here. And then I went into, these are the last two. I've got this one, which is the Envy shade from, this is Estee Lauder. Sorry, I just went blank there. This is Estee Lauder, beautiful kind of vampy shade here. And then I went into another red. This is from Primark, and it is the Scarlet shade. It's a gorgeous color. A lot of these I didn't have in video. because obviously I do wear makeup outside of video. But yeah, that's everything that I went to since my last Shop My Stash, which I think has been like a month and a bit. Let's just quickly talk about all the eyeshadow palettes that I had in my Shop My Stash. I have the NARS Afterglow palette. Love this one. I didn't go into it as much as I wanted to. But yeah, there was a good week and a bit where I wasn't wearing any makeup, so I might dip into this again, I don't know. But that one I did pull and I went into a few times. I also went into the Gal on Venus from Gloss Gods a few times as well, because why wouldn't I? It is kind of stunning. But yeah, I think it's time to put that one away. This one also put away, the Summer in Saint-Tropez. I had this out the previous Shop My Stash and I kept it in another month. But I think it's time to put this one away. And then I also pulled the Delicious Delights from Cosmic Brushes for some fun. And I certainly had some fun with this one, but I will put it away and we'll grab some new palettes. All right, so this is where the bulk of my makeup is. And honestly, it is getting a little out of hand. I do need to do a declutter at some point very soon. So I'm gonna grab this. This is a newer item of mine. I've only tried it once and I wanna try more of it. So the Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. I really liked it, so I'm gonna pull it now. I think I'm also gonna pull this because it's really the only time of the year where I'm gonna be able to get away with it. It's a Superstay from Maybelline and it's quite tinted, so yeah, I'm going to pull this as well. I am working on this, which I did pull last from my Shop My Stash, so I didn't speak about it, but I rolled it into my project pan now. So I don't think I'm going to pull another foundation because I really want to kind of just work on this. So I think that I'm just going to get those two, which are slightly tinted. But then otherwise I'm going to be working on this for my project pan. So I don't think I'm going to pull any of these foundations for now. I think I will pull this though. This is from Embryolos. It's the Blush to Peau and it is Apricot Glow, and it does kind of sheer out, but I'm not entirely sure how to use this, so I want to pull this and play around with it a little bit more. It's probably going to work really well for those days where I don't want to wear full coverage foundation. I'm really hoping, you know, the weather's really nice right now. I'm really hoping it's going to be nice over the next month. Also, my family is coming and I'm taking some time off work, so really going to spend quite a lot of time outside. So I do want to try to pull some like light coverage items because I don't think I'm going to really be wearing that much makeup. Having said that, I do want to pull this. This is a new item for me. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Contour Wand. I am working on this. Let me just grab it. This from ABH for my project pan, which is obviously a cream bronzer. It's a liquid bronzer. I'll just swap between the two of them because I do want to play around with it a little bit more, because actually I had mixed feelings about this. I really thought I was going to like it and I didn't like it. So hopefully I can have a better second, third, fourth impression of this item. Thinking also this is a newer item for me, and this is basically for your under eyes. It's from Nude Mitchell, and I think I'm going to pull this instead of any other sort of pressed powder because there are quite a lot of shades in here and I just want to work around it. I think this is the only one that I have tried, so I definitely want to see what these others are like. So this one I'm going to pull as well. So concealer wise, I'm going to go with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I find it still a little drying, I'm not going to lie, but my favorite really has to be the Nabla, which I just used. So I kind of want to still rotate through my concealers. So I'm going to pull this one. Again, I might not wear too much makeup, so it might not be such a big deal. So I'm trying to work on this for my project pan. So I don't think I'm going to pull a pressed powder bronzer. I just don't think that's going to gel well with me at the moment. So we're going to skip that one. And I think in terms of highlighter, so I think I will pull this. This is actually a liquid highlighter. It's the Do You in the shade Claire. And it's really the only liquid highlighter I have left. I got rid of them all. And honestly, I've kept this one, A, because I kind of like the packaging and also it was a pretty color. But I really just never go into this. So again, I want to do a declutter soon. So I'm going to see, you know, what's gonna be happening with this. So I'm going to pull this one as well. I kind of want to pull a cream blush. I just don't know if it's going to be the right call. I think I might pull this one, which is gorgeous. This is the Kiss and Smink in the shade Tulum, and it is a pink, And yeah, I think I'm gonna pull this because I have, what do I have out? I have I have this one, which obviously is a powder, but it's more peachy vibes from Colourpop. I also am working on my Natasha Denona cream blush, which is very much like a more of a burnt orange. So I think this will be nice on the days where I want a pink. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna really want a lot of powder. Maybe I should pull one powder though. I'm wondering what would work well with this one. Maybe let's pull this one. I have not used this in a while, or at least I don't think I have. Obviously this is the Glowish shade from Huda Beauty, and it is the Caring Coral. Maybe I'll put that. These might actually work really nicely together, so I'll pull both of these. I think I'm also gonna pull this. This one I got at a local store. It's like a Chinese brand. I don't actually know what the brand is, but it's really beautiful. It's Yes Love Blush Palette. It's actually a stunning, stunning color. So I'm gonna pull this one as well. I know I said I was gonna pull a bunch, but changed my mind. Okay, so in here I have obviously a lot of my lip products. I do have some of my smaller palettes in here as well. So let's see. Lip products, I'm gonna do what I've been doing the last few months and just pull as I go. And you saw I definitely have been doing that quite well. So I'm not gonna pull anything there. Also, I have the MAC fixing spray, so I'm not gonna pull any of these other ones, although it would be nice to kind of rotate, but I think I'm doing okay with the MAC. All right, I moved you a little bit because you were in my way. So I think what I want to pull is pretty much the eyeshadow, right? I don't think there's really much else. So what eyeshadow do I want to pull this month? Let's think about this. So this one has been pretty neglected. It's the Desert Monsoon from WhatsUp Beauty. It has some really light, beautiful sort of green tones here and lighter tones. And I think I'm just put off by the blue, but if I ignore the blue, I think this is actually a really pretty summer palette, so I'm going to pull this one out. I think I also owe it to myself to go into this because I bought it and I only used like a couple of shades. It's from Makeup Factory. It is the Gold Selection palette. It's a small little palette, but I think I want to go into it. It's just neutrals, so that one I'm also going to grab to just give a little bit of attention to. All right, in this drawer, there's really only one palette that I want to grab, and it is this one. This is another one that I've massively neglected. It's from Lunar Beauty. It's a Nude Prism. I have used it once. So there are so many shades in here that I need to use, and it's just these tones for the summer are going to be beautiful, and I really want to play around with it a little bit more. So I'm going to pull this. I've been wanting to pull it, so I'm going to pull it. Obviously not super colorful, but I do have plans to play with some colorful palettes this month. So don't you worry, you'll just have to wait and see which palettes I pull from my 7 days of 7 palettes, because they are all quite colorful. But for now, I just want to pull things that I kind of just feel like I've been neglecting and I want to use. There is actually one other thing I want to grab, my singles here. So I do have some Pastel Roses in here, and I also have some e.l.f. shades that are really beautiful. So I'm going to pull this as well, just to see if I go into any of these shades. I might not, but why not? Let's just pull it. Let's just see, because I can get some pops of color from these as well. So hello everyone, it is the next day. I filmed, actually it's 2 days later. Is it 2 days later that I filmed that little Shop My Stash, because I did a declutter in between, and so whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, so let's get started. I'm excited to do my makeup because the last few days I've had to like rush to do my makeup because I've had like early calls and stuff, and I just want to sit here and just enjoy putting makeup on my face, and it's the perfect day to do it. I don't have anything to do, so I'm so excited. Okay, so isn't it silly how we just get so excited to put something on our faces? Okay, so I think what I want to do, so I've got like all this stuff that I pulled, and it's going to be nice and sunny today, and I'm going to sit out quite a bit, I'm hoping. So I'm going to play around with some things. I think I'm going to put this on first. This is the Embryolose. I know I've spoken about this, like I don't know what I'm doing with this, but like look at this. Look at this. Like what is this? I don't know, but I'm going to put it on my face. And we're just gonna see. I mean, it smells like it's more like a skincare item. So, this doesn't have a tint, even though it's that bright orange. It's just more like it's supposed to like give you a glow. That's what I'm thinking it does. So, gone in with that. Let that sort of air dry a little bit. So I have about a week and a little bit, and then my parents are arriving with their dog. So excited, they're going to be here for a whole month. I have taken off quite a bit of time off work as well. So I'm like super excited. I'm super pumped. The weather is finally good. I'm just like ready to finally enjoy my summer. My son will be out of nursery as well next week. So we'll just be all together and plan to go to the beach quite a bit because we don't have a pool. We spent quite a bit of money. Well, not quite a bit of money, but we did like we spent quite a bit actually building a little courtyard in the back of the house. And it's like a little, we got like a big sand pit for my son, and he has a slide. He's gonna have a swing, there's a seesaw. And then like part of that courtyard, there's like a sitting area as well. We have like a plum tree and we can sit down, and we've just been painting it. It's not perfect yet, but it's a really nice little like quiet, secluded place to sit in the garden. And it's like a safe area for him to play if he wants to play. So that's been really fun to have. And so we've got that. And then in the front of the house, we do have like a terrace, and that gets a lot of sun. But obviously, like we're like up on a hill, so everyone can see us. So if I'm out there sunbathing, everybody can see me. So it's really nice to have a place now where I can sunbathe and people won't see me. Anyway, I just put this on. This is the Iconic London Underglow. I really like it. It smells so good. I don't know if it's blurring. I think it is blurring. I think it is. So we like it, I think. We're gonna go in with the Super Stay. So anyway, instead of doing that, if once my son like kind of grows out of it, or even like by next year, if he's just like not interested in like the sand pit, it's like the perfect size for a pool. It like literally is the size of a pool. So we've already discussed like potentially putting a pool in instead, because it is in a courtyard, it's all closed off. So we would be able to stop obviously our dog going in there. We don't want him to go in there, and obviously our son as well. So that could be fun, but we don't have a pool right now, and so definitely plan to go to the beach. We did buy an upground pool last year, and we put it up in time for when my brother and his family came over. But by the time they came over in September, the weather just kind of got a little bit bad, and it was always like kind of cold. So we decided not to put it up this year. I don't know, it's just one of those things. Like it kind of looked ugly as well. We never got it level properly, and so yeah, we just haven't put it up this year. But yeah, I'm hoping next year. I mean, they're so expensive to put pools in, so yeah, we got to do some savings. But I'm really hoping next year, assuming we're still here, I'm assuming we will be. I'm really hoping we can get a pool in, either in the front of the house, because there is a lot of space in the front of the house. And again, it gets a lot of sun. It's just not the most private, or we could do it in that courtyard. So I don't know, it's exciting. I like change. I like when things change. I get very, very bored when things are the same year in, year out. So that's just me. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I'm getting a little bit like itchy feet because I have moved around my whole life. The longest I've ever lived somewhere is like maybe 7 years or so, something like that. So, you know, I move around pretty much, and I usually move around pretty much like every 3-4 years, maybe a bit longer than that. So, you know, this is just not my shade. This is just, I'm trying to make it work, but it's just not my shade. I'm Oompa Loompa. Ugh, so annoyed. I'm trying to make it work though. I'm gonna make it work. Anyway, so, you know, since we're not gonna be moving anytime soon, and I already have like that itchy feet feeling. Changing stuff around the house definitely helps, and it really helps like to not make it feel like things aren't changing or things are all the same, because I don't know, it just doesn't vibe with me, especially since we don't really go and do or we haven't done really ever since my son was born. We haven't done any sort of vacations, like family vacations or anything like that. Obviously, like where we live is a pretty decent place, and so during the summer we don't necessarily have to go somewhere to catch the sun because we are in a sunny climate. But we actually don't really go anywhere because of my dog. You know, he's 12 years old, can't leave him with anyone. I think I've spoken about this, but you know, until the time comes when, you know, he goes off to the next place that he needs to go to, we are just not gonna leave him with anyone. We're not gonna do that. So really, like we could do like a road trip. We could like road trip down to the south of Portugal, or we could obviously go to Spain. That would be super easy to do, but we just haven't done it. I was really hoping to go down to the Algarve last year for my birthday, but then my brother decided to come that month, so we didn't do it. Don't think we're going to be doing it this year, but yeah, that's the only thing that we would be able to do in terms of like holiday wise. So until the time comes when, you know, we don't have that anchor like keeping us here, which I love my dog and I am like stressing about him so much, but he's still healthy. He's just got lots of gray hairs now, but he's still healthy. He just loves to sleep, and you know, that, yeah, knock on wood, he gives us several more years. You just never know. But yeah, it's just, you know, I feel like in a way we're kind of trapped, because we kind of are, because we can't just go fly somewhere. I would love to go back to Mexico. My partner's never been to Mexico, and he lived in Florida for so long, and it's not that far. And you know, tons of Americans go to Mexico, and I went to Mexico when I think I was like 17, and I went to like all inclusive with my mom, and she made them give me a wristband to say I was 18 so I could drink, because I was drinking at that point. I mean, that's pretty bad, but like in England you do tend to start drinking quite a bit younger. So anyway, I was almost 18. I think I was only like maybe 2 months shy of 18, something like that. But we went to Mexico, and it was just so nice, and the beaches are so fun, and I've never been as like a proper adult, and I would just love to go there, taste some tequila, you know, things like that, just like a pure like holiday bliss. So yeah, but we can't do that, so that is what it is. Oh, I got some Singe Beauty brushes. They are expensive, but they have them at Monoloth now, so I didn't have to pay like crazy shipping prices. However, they are very expensive. I got the whole set for like the eyes. I wanted to get the face set, but I can't afford it right now because both sets are very expensive, so I'll just have to put that on a wish list. But they have both sets. They have all of her face brushes and also her eye brushes. So yeah, I haven't actually tried any of these yet, but I'm super excited. We're gonna try some of them today. So yeah, it's kind of fun, you know, I'm like, ooh, I got those lovely sort of yellowy orange brushes now that I see so many people have in their videos, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. They're very luxurious. They kind of remind me of the Cosmic brushes because they're a little bit weighted, they're smooth. These are a little bit thicker, but I do actually like the Cosmic brushes as well. I only have a few, I don't have a huge amount of sets, but yeah, we're gonna go into this one. This is the EO3, so I don't know. We're gonna go like that. I'm talking a mile a minute, I'm not done. So let's go into this. This is the liquid highlighter. We're just gonna put a little bit. It's probably more of a wintry shade, I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted to get some use out of this, so I've pulled it anyway. I think I'm just gonna tap it with my finger for now. Yeah, that's very highlighty. I knew I kept this for a reason. It is quite nice. It's quite nice. I'm just super pumped. I do feel like I've been uplifted. I think I've been struggling the last couple months And it might have just been like seasonal depression, like just the fact that like the summer wasn't coming, you know, and now it's here. I'm gonna go into the Physicians formula. Let me just twist this. So second time I'm going into this, so we'll see how I feel about it. I didn't really like it when I went into it the first time, but then when I was editing my video, I was like, actually that doesn't look so bad. So I was just being quite picky, but it looked quite nice on video, so we'll see how I feel. I don't know what I was expecting either. I mean, it's just, didn't really pull many powder products, because a lot of the items that I did grab, I felt like they would be good for just like quick and easy sort of summery looks. That looks okay. I mean, I look kind of dirty. I think that's the thing. Maybe it's the undertone. I'm not used to the undertone, because the undertone definitely makes me feel like it's a little bit dirty. You know how some bronzers just look dirty on people's skin? It's doing that thing, but then I think on camera it probably looks okay. I think that's what it is. I'm just not used to, I still feel like I'm darker on my face than my body. All right, and then last cream item is gonna be this. This is the Kiss and Smink. This is so pretty. I don't even know if they exist anymore, to be fair. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't exist anymore, just because I got it in a beauty box. I've never heard of this brand, never heard anyone talk about this brand. So it could just be one of those brands that have disappeared, or they could still be there. They could still be thriving and we would not know unless we look, so I don't know. Using it with a brush, I think I usually just put it on my face, but I think I quite like it with the brush just because it's going on quite lightly and it's not messing up with the liquid bronzer or the highlighter I've laid down, so that looks quite pretty. I do look a little bit shiny. I actually did go into this yesterday. I didn't have time to film yesterday, so that's why I didn't film the rest of the like get ready with me, but I went into this shade and I feel like it was really, really brightening and nice. I think I was pretty harsh on this, and then again when I was editing my video it didn't actually look that bad. So I think it's pretty, right? It's very, very brightening. Looks like it's very brightening, and I quite like that. Yeah, that's quite nice. I think what I'll do for my face is I'll go in to Stellar, which is the one I've already gone into, but I think I'll just tap that down a little bit just to get rid of some of the shine. I do look a little odd, like a little too brown. I'm not quite there yet. The sun has only just come back, so I think it's here to stay. Oh, I never did my eyebrows. My eyebrows are a mess. Let me just quickly do my eyebrows. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I just plucked them a little bit. So I'm gonna just go into this. This is something I've been trying to finish because I'm so close to finishing it. It's the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. It's just a little mini, but look how much I have left. A tiny, oop, I'm not even showing you, a tiny amount. So let's get rid of this because I would love to be able to have this in my empties. So we're just gonna fill in some gaps. It might be an item that I buy again. Actually, I didn't even buy this. This came in a box a few years ago. I think my last beauty box that I ever ordered came in there. But I think I might buy it when I need a brow product, which I don't really need because I have some other ones that would be good to finish up. But this type of thing has been kind of helpful occasionally. Alright, so I definitely want to go into this. I've gone into it once. I have not gone into it even on camera, and I just want to play around with it a little bit more. That's why I pulled it from my shop, my stash. I just feel like I bought it, I wanted to use it, and I haven't gone into it at all. So we're just gonna do like a beautiful, I'm gonna hopefully we do a beautiful look with this. I'm gonna go into apricot. So I don't know, it's like this sort of mid-tone brown over here. I'm gonna see how this brush performs. And I'm just gonna go straight in. I don't really tend to prime my eyes at all. So I like to see how eyeshadow looks on my lids without having to do that. So that's what we're gonna do. This brush is very soft, very, very soft. I have such cheap, crappy brushes for the most part. I have a few Odin's Eye, I have a few Cosmic brushes, but otherwise I think they're, oh, maybe some BH brushes as well. Everything else is so cheap. So I was like, I'm gonna splash out and get myself some Singe Beauty brushes. And I do like Angelica, so I thought, you know what? When she first released it, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna buy that. That is so expensive. But you know, this is quite pink. The more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? It might be nice to invest in some nice brushes. I'm sure she doesn't need it, but I will also support her as well. So I went and I bought them. And again, they're at Mondelov. So if you are in Europe and you don't want to pay for all that extra shipping, obviously they are still expensive, but they are at Mondelov, so it's a little bit less than if you were shipping from the US. So yeah, I just thought, let's try it. This is a lot like pinkier than I was planning. It is called apricot, but it doesn't look pink in the, it doesn't look pink in there. So I think with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with a brown because I do want to get it a little bit browner. So let's go, we're gonna go into Tease right here. And this has got more like a yellow tone. So I don't even know this is, these two are gonna go together, but we're just gonna, we're playing. Yeah, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, it's not the vibe I was going for, but whatever, we'll go with it. I think I'm gonna go into I'm Shy. I'm gonna put that more in the inner part of my lid, and then we'll go into some shimmers. But we have like a little bit of a gradient here, which I wasn't really planning on doing, but that's what I've done. So I'm gonna just keep it going by putting this here. There's nothing some shimmers can't cover up. That's why I'm not super precise when I do my eyeshadow, because I always feel like when you lay shimmer down, it kind of just makes it look better regardless. So I'm just one of these that just throws it on, and I kind of hope for the best, and I don't sit here blending for hours because I don't have hours. All right, I think I'm definitely going to go into Star-Crossed. Looks like a beautiful sort of a taupey brown. Oh, that looks gorgeous. I'm going to put this on. We'll put this on. They're very soft. They're so soft and quite delicate shimmers. It's not at all what I expected when I first got the Lunar Beauty palettes. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know what to expect from his palettes, but obviously I was curious. That's why I got them. And these shimmers were just not what I expected. They're just so much more delicate, and they're the type of shimmers that you would find I think in more like your typical like big brand shimmers, like your MACs and your NARS, and your, you know, like those, not really so much indie brands, more of your mainstream brands. Sometimes these the shimmers are like this. However, I think they're nicer than those. So there's that. It just reminds me of it, but it's not like they're more beautiful in a way. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you know, it's just a surprise. I'm gonna go in the shade Laura, and I'm gonna put, this is more of a pink, but I'm gonna put this kind of here. I think I also will go into one more matte because I want to deepen out the outer V just a little bit. I think I'll pick the EO2 for this. I'm not sure if I pick the right ones, but it's a little bit thinner. I mean, it's quite a bit thinner than this one, the EO3. I think these are probably going to be the ones that I use the most. I just like fluffier brushes. I'm going to go into Moody just to like deepen it up a little bit and add some definition. And then I think there's quite a lot of kick up with this one. I think that will be it. You can just see like it adds a little bit more like depth and definition, and I think that really helps with my eyes. I don't know, it's just the way that I like my makeup to look. I have quite a lot of space to put eyeshadow, but I tend to not put it everywhere because I feel like I look like a clown when I do that. I think some people can get away with it, but I also, because I don't wear false lashes, I don't think I can get away with it. If I wore false lashes and was a lot more like glam in that way, then yes, I could use more of my eyelid space for makeup. But because I just use my natural lashes, which are not very long, I don't know, I just kind of just go with what I go with. I think I am going to see what I have in my pastel roses just to have fun. So let's have a look. I mean, I do have some beautiful shades in here. I have this one, which I think would work really well. This one is called Carrot Cake. And yeah, I think this one would actually work really, really nicely. Just to like make it pop a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's pretty. That's like added a little bit more. And I think that's all I'm going to do. But I'm very excited that I pulled these because I haven't gone into them in ages. Okay, let's go into mascara. I'm going to try this again. This will be my third time using this mascara. This is from WhatsUp Beauty. They sent it to me, and I feel like the last time, I mean the only time I used it on camera, I made such a mess, so I didn't like showcase it to its full capacity, because I feel like it did actually make my lashes look pretty, but I just made such a mess of my eye makeup that I was like, are you sure, Gabby? So we're gonna go into this. Also, I don't like having so many mascaras open. I have the MAC-tastic, which I love, and I'm holding on to for dear life because it's almost done. But then I also have this one from Misha, the 4D mascara, which, to be fair, out of these two, I way prefer the WhatsUp Beauty versus the Misha one. The Misha one just doesn't add enough volume, but it does separate your lashes really nicely. So I will give it that, and obviously I want to use all of them, and I don't want them to all dry out. So I'm trying to switch between them. So that's another reason why I'm like, okay, let's go into this one. It's open, so let's try it. So I've gone into the one side where you have more bristles. I don't know, it just never focuses my camera. And then this side you have more like spiky stuff. So I'm gonna go into the spiky stuff now and separate it and distribute the product a little bit better. And I do like the way my lashes look when I use this. And I only went into it once, so let's go into it again. We'll do the second eye. And I'm quite impressed by this. All right, I am done. But yeah, look, they're quite volumized. I do like it. I do like it. You know, it does take like a little bit of a learning curve because you have to use one side of the wand and then you have to flip it, but I don't feel like I have to go back in and get more product when I do that. It's just the perfect amount, so I quite like that. All right, I think the eyes look quite pretty. I need to figure out what to put on my lips. I think because my eyes do have that more like peachiness, that with the, like the apricot color that I went into first, I'm gonna go in with a peach poppy shade from Maybelline, which is just fun. It's fun. I love bringing these out in the summer, so don't hate on me. I know people don't always like these bright like orangey lipsticks, but I do. But you can blame my mom for it because this is like the only color that she wears. Right, I did not pull a highlighter, I mean other than the liquid highlighter, so I'm going to go into this. This is the Coastin SuperShock shade from Colourpop, and I'm going to go in and put a little bit in my inner corner because this is like the perfect sort of peachy tone, and I think it will work really nicely with this. Oh, that just added a little bit of something something. Definitely such a gorgeous shade. I'll be sad when that goes, but I'll be also so ecstatic because I've been trying to purchase Panic for years. So this is my final look. This is everything, almost everything that I pulled from my Shop My Stash. Aside from these two, I just don't feel like I need to put more makeup on, but obviously I have the two blushes here, which I will use throughout the month. But yeah, I mean, I think this is probably a little bit more makeup than I would wear if I actually do spend some time outside. So I might have to wash some of this off when I sit outside in a few hours time. But for now, I'm loving it, and actually I really love the eye combination, and I think that pastel roses, I think it just added a little bit. So very pretty. But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. I'm excited for the summer. I'm excited for the next month. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy and excited. So fingers crossed we just continue to have a really nice time. Carefree time, relaxing time. That's what I need, that's what I want. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.